Hello Scrapbookers, this is Megan and I am back today with a fun layout lift, and I am going to be doing this layout by Jill Sprott. I'm not sure how you pronounce her last name, and this was a challenge that Christy, Khristina, and I are doing together. So here you can see I have 6 photos, and these are actually from Day in the Life, which was back in June, let's see, it was June 20th this year. So I decided that I was going to scrapbook a few of these and put them in just my 2017 album. And these are the 6 that I had doubles of, so that's the reason why I chose these. So here you can see I've cut down a piece of paper that I want to go behind the photos, and then I kind of wanted to put some tissue behind the photos, but I didn't have any tissue, white tissue. That's the word I was looking for. So I decided to just use some of this vellum that I have in my stash and that I rarely ever use. So that was perfect. Okay, here you can see I am going to put the photos down, and you can also see that I have a white, very small white border around all of the photos. I did that before I started the video. And I just kind of did that just to help them pop off the page a little bit more, make them stand out. Obviously, it doesn't make them stand out too much because they are going on a white background anyway, but I just kind of like the look that it gave the photos. Okay, so now I am thinking about the title, and I wasn't really sure before I started the video, but once I started working with the photos, I came up with the idea of using the title One Fine Day. So I decided to put it down and then came back, and because this layout took me forever to do, I don't know why, it just did. So I'm off picking out some papers that I want to use that I'm going to cut into half circles. And at first I was thinking maybe I would cut out some of these Summer Lights little squares, but that's not going to work because the punch that I have is a 1-inch punch and it wasn't big enough. It was just a little too small. And then the next size up that I have of punches is a 3-inch. So I'm actually going to decide to go with a 3-inch punch because I didn't really like how small the 1-inch was, and I need to just go and get a 2-inch punch. But, you know, there's a million other things that I just need to have as well. Okay, so now here you can see I have pulled out my Shimmers paint, and this is actually Acrotones, and it is in the color Jive and Jade. So here I am marking all of the corners just so that I know where the photo is going to go so that I can start painting. And I'm just going to do a simple brush stroke all around where the photos are going to go. So it pretty much mimics the layout that we're scrap lifting very, very closely. I had a bunch of different ideas for this, but by the time I got down to my room and started working and playing around, this is actually what I had decided on, sticking to the scrap lift pretty close. So now you can see that I'm all done with that. I'm going off to clean my brush. It's nice to have a bathroom right next to my scrap studio, so that will just take a minute to do that. So here I am, I'm back, and I am going to start, I guess I did pull out my heat gun to kind of get the Acrotones to dry a little bit faster. It actually dries pretty fast. I probably didn't need to use the heat gun, but I did. So here I'm going to cut up a ton of these half circles, and I didn't need to do as many. I have like, I don't know, 15 left. I don't know if you guys can hear, but I have my new dog. Her name's Viper. She's in my room with me, and she's like rolling around on the floor. So I apologize if you can hear her. She's having tons of fun. Okay, so now I'm still cutting up paper. I really liked this blue one. I thought it was really pretty, and it's not that it matches that Jive and Jade color, but like it coordinates with it really well. I just liked the two colors together. So I'm just going to cut up a bunch of these, and so I guess I'm going to have to do another layout with half circles because I have a ton of these left. Okay, now I'm all done cutting up those circles, and so I'm going to start placing them down on top of my photo, or my photo mat area. And then I realize, oh crap, if I do it exactly like it is in the Scraplift, then it's going to cover at that bottom, and I really wanted the title to go there on the bottom, which is why I left a little bit overhanging on the bottom underneath the photos. So here I'm just placing them down, and then I freak out and I go, I don't like this. So now I'm kind of trying to do it in between the photos. And it actually doesn't look too bad, but I just didn't really like how much of the photos they were covering up. So I'm going to end up scrapping this as well. So I start putting it around the sides, and that's when I go, nope, I don't like this. Thumbs down, and I pull them aside again. I literally do this, I think, 5 times. So, this layout, like, I was so excited for it, and I put it off all week. We've been planning on doing this since a week ago, and I literally just got it done this morning, and it probably won't even be up until tonight. So, when you're watching this was a labor of love. It just was not working out. So, here, I think this is the time that it's going to work out. So, I finally decided, okay, that's it. I'm just going to keep it simple because I was trying to incorporate a ton of circles. And so I'm going to decide, no, I just need to keep it simple. Keep it simple, stupid. That's I need to just sometimes say that to myself. Or keep it simple, silly. That's a little nicer, right? Okay. So, yeah, basically I'm just playing around trying to figure out. And there was this paper that is from the Chasing Dreams collection, and I really liked it, but the ones that I had, they were a little too dark, and so I decided to add in another pink one. And I think this is how I have it. Yep, that's how I keep it. So I'm pretty happy with how it looks now. So I am going to start gluing all of these down. And at this point I'm thinking, okay, the layout calls for stitching along the tops. So I'm going to go ahead and stitch. Or not stitch, sorry. So I'm going to go ahead and glue things down thinking that I'm going to stitch everything on. But I don't actually end up stitching. So I could have added more glue. My sewing machine is actually covered up by a ton of stuff right now. So I was hoping that I would be gung-ho enough to pull out my sewing machine, but by the time I got to that step, I was like, nope. And I am going to decide to do something different. And I like how it turns out. So here you can see I am putting down my title, and let's see, I ran off. Oh, I forgot. So I went and got some of these Chamel acrylic pieces. I thought that would be kind of a cute little embellishment to put down there on the bottom. I wasn't really sure. There wasn't a ton of embellishing besides the circles, but I knew that since my circles were a little bit different, I wanted to do more embellishing on my layout. So I'm going to put that butterfly down there in that bottom right hand corner under the photos. And then here is where I'm going to do my stamping. So I was looking for one that kind of looked like it could have been stitched on there, but I mean, obviously it's not going to look like it's thread, right? But I kind of still wanted to go for that feel. So I picked out this flourish, and it's a long flourish, and that's what I wanted, a long skinny flourish. So I pull out my Close to My Heart slate, and I'm just going to start stamping away, and I really like how this turns out. It's not as amazing as it would have looked if I had decided to do stitching, or sewing with my sewing machine, but I'm pretty happy with how it turned out for me being a lazy person. I'm telling you, I need to be better at keeping my room clean. because there are so many times I don't do something because it's piled under a, yeah, it's just in a pile, or I can't find it, or I have no idea where I put it, you know. So it's just, yeah, I need to be better about being clean. What are your staying clean options, or not options? How do I say that? So how do you organize your room so that while you're scrapbooking, you don't make a huge mess? I don't know. Like, how do you keep your scrapbook room clean? I guess that's an easy way to say it. Sorry. My mind is just gone. It's Friday. Okay, so now here I'm just using my Close to My Heart ink to get some drops. And this is Hollyhock. And yeah, it's from Close to My Heart. So I did a few splatters with that Hollyhock ink, and I think that I'm almost done here. I'm just going to pull out some embellishments. So first off is this washi tape, and that is from an older collection. I think this is from Rise and Shine from Amy Tan. So I'm going to put this washi down here. I didn't even actually stamp the date on here. Whoops, I should totally do that. And then I'm going to put that down, and then I'm also going to put down some embellishments from the Oh My Heart ephemera pack. So here I kind of think about maybe including some more of these half circles. I thought about cutting one up and making a tag out of it, but it just wasn't flowing. It wasn't working. So I'm just going to decide to go with the ephemera pieces. I'm going to pull them out. And at first I pulled out this Chamel one. I think that's from her, let's see, what was it? Starshine collection, maybe? And then I saw these flowers and I was like, oh, that's so pretty. But then I knew I wanted to do a little bit of journaling. So I'm going to mess with the flowers, and then I'm going to decide, oh, there's this little journaling piece and it says to do. So I'm just going to do journaling. And then I like this pink floral one. And I'm going to write my journaling on there. And basically it's just going to say, I had fun documenting throughout the day what we did, and it was nice that my mom was here visiting so that we can kind of show a different part of our life, I guess. I don't know what I'm saying, guys. Anyway, that is the end of this layout. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope that you will make sure you head on over to the other ladies' channels. I will leave links below so that you can find their videos. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys again next time. Bye!